It's now a no-holds-barred war between the Congress and the BJP over these images that we are putting out on your television screens of Khaki shots on fire. Now, this was a picture that was tweeted by the Congress party as part of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra. BJP says the Congress is actually inciting people, and not just in Kerala, for violence against RSS workers, many of whom have been killed in Kerala. Congress says this is the BJP that's trying to divert attention from the real issues that Rahul Gandhi is raising, whether it's inflation or jobs. But is politics between the ruling BJP and opposition Congress reduced to prices of t-shirt and burning khaki shots? And is burning shots actually inciting people? Is it a call to violence? I'm Gaurav Sawant. We debate. But as always, let's get started with the headlines on India First. Big win for the Hindu side in the Gyanvapi legal battle. Varanasi court admits the Hindu plea, says the plea is maintainable. The next hearing is now on the 22nd of September. Uttar Pradesh government begins survey of illegal madrasas in the state. Report to be submitted by the 25th of October. Politics escalates. AIMIM demands survey of mutts and ashrams too. Ministry of Home Affairs likely to order Central Bureau of Investigation probe in the murder of Sonali Fogart. This after both the Goa and the Haryana governments make a recommendation for CBI probe. India's squad of 15 players for upcoming World Cup T20 announced. Jasprit Bumrah returns after an injury. Shami, Shreyas, Ravi Bishnoi and Deepak Chahar named standby players. The burning khaki shots image has the BJP up in arms. The Congress party put out an image of burning khaki shots saying 145 days to go for ending what the Congress terms is politics of hate. The BJP hit back, came out all guns blazing, told the Congress party that it's the Congress that incites violence and hate against RSS workers in Kerala and in Bengal. The CPIM questioned the Congress on the Bharat Jodo Yatra, asking if it was actually a seat bachao yatra, with Rahul Gandhi spending 18 days in Kerala but only 2 days in Uttar Pradesh.
The Congress fires a fresh salvo at the Sangh Parivar. Grand Old Party tweets a picture of khaki shots on fire. The Congress says its Bharat Jodo Yatra will free India from shackles of hate. The Congress says it will reach its goal of undoing the damage done by BJP RSS step by step as it embarks on the nationwide yatra. The BJP fired back at the Congress, accusing it of lighting fires across the country.
This was tweeted by the Congress party today morning for their Bharat Jodo Yatra. This is nothing but instigating people for violence.
See, the trouble is the RSS and the BJP is not used to aggressive responses from the Congress. When the Congress gives an aggressive response, जब हम आक्रामक होते हैं, तब वो पीछे हट जाते हैं.
The BJP called the Congress's nationwide campaign a Bharat Jalao Yatra.
By tweeting this photo, by sending this message, Rahul Gandhi, do you want violence in this country? Do you want people to burn each other? Do you want people to burn the people who follow RSS or BJP's ideology?
Those who stoke the fires of hatred, those who stoke the fire of bigotry and prejudice, must be prepared to take some things back in the same coin.
The RSS also launched a counter-strike to Congress tweet.
ऐसा है कि भारत को जोड़ने का काम कोई भी करेगा तो अच्छी बात है, और उनके बाप दादा ने भी संघ का बहुत तिरस्कार किया, अपनी सारी ताकत के साथ संघ को रोकने का प्रयत्न किया, दो बार भी बिना कारण प्रतिबंध लादे गए, संघ रोका नहीं है, लगातार बढ़ते रहा है.
Whatever the RSS say, they have absolutely no history in making the idea of India. Their Rath Yatra was for dividing India. The Bharat Jodo Yatra is for uniting India.
The BJP is now demanding the Congress take down its tweet. The Congress, on the other hand, stands firm on its standpoint as it steps up its attacks on the Saffron Party with its 3,750-kilometer Bharat Jodo Yatra. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, take a look at the picture that the Congress party had put out and the caption that went with it. To free the country from shackles of hate and undo the damage done by the BJP and the RSS, step by step, we will reach the goal, says the Congress, and you've seen that picture. The BJP says the Congress, when it puts out such a picture, burning khaki shots from its official handle, it's actually inciting people to target RSS workers, to kill and burn RSS workers. Congress says the BJP is rattled by the success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Joining me on India First is Supriya Srinath, Congress spokesperson, and Shehzad Poonawala, BJP spokesperson. Shehzad, Congress says the BJP is rattled. These images of burning khaki shots, BJP is rattled by the success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Response, sir.
गौरव, this video is of the evening of Anjana's show, your sister channel, where this spokesperson of the Congress has said, Dur Daraz Assam mein baithe inke Mukhyamantri, thereby saying that Assam is not a part of this country, or that anybody in Assam does not have a right to comment what is happening in any part of the country. And as BJP spokesperson, first of all, let me express my disgust at the mindset of the Congress, which only thinks of doing tukre of this country. Because this particular spokesperson said it on your sister channel, that's why I made you hear it. Now let me come to the point, Gaurav. Gaurav, what is the message, the dog whistle, the provocation to violence that is being done by giving this symbolism? The symbolism is that those people who get killed in Kerala for having a Rashtravadi view, for putting India first, and those names are there. Let me read out a few. Srinivasan, Sanjeet, Ranjit, Nandu Krishna, Suresh, Sanoj, Vinish, Nirmal, all of these people, their deaths are justified because they wear a uniform and they have an ideology. This man, Sanjeet, was hacked to death in front of his wife because he wears the ideology of India first, because he puts India first. And Ms. Supriya Srinath, while her leader is in Kerala for 18 days, is sanctioning the violence against these people. And look at the hypocrisy. These people are very comfortable with George the Hater, the man who spews venom against Hindus. They are comfortable with him. The man who says Bharat Mata is infected with disease, they are comfortable with him. But when it comes to an RSS worker who wears khaki and who is with India First ideology, they will want him dead and eliminated. And first of all, I want Supriya Srinath and the Congress to tell us, is Assam Dur Daraj or is Assam a part of the mainstream of this country? Is Assam part of India? First, she must apologize for these comments unconditionally.
Let me get Supriya Srinath to respond. Supriya Srinath, the BJP says several of its workers, cadre, RSS workers have been killed, not just in Kerala but also in Bengal. The BJP says this picture put out by the Congress is actually a dog whistle, incites violence against RSS workers.
Every day I feel that the BJP is morally and intellectually bankrupt. They prove me right by going many miles further and showing their bankruptcy. That's the first point. There is a line in the Ramayana which says, जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूरत देखी तैसी. उनकी भावना ही ये है. And quite frankly, the fifth day of the yatra, and it seems like every BJP leader has decided to become a troll. And it starts with the Home Minister who goes in Rajasthan and talks about a t-shirt. A minister in the Modi government, Smriti Irani, who is blatantly lying, has been called out for lying that she was propagating about the Vivekanand Memorial. And of course, Hemanto Biswa Sarma, who has been reduced to a 2 rupee troll as far as the BJP is concerned. My bigger worry is थोड़ा बहुत रोजगार जो 2 रुपए ट्रोलों
One
को मिल
second, I
रहा
take
था,
strong
that has
objection.
also been taken over by the
Gaurav, I
official
take
handles,
strong objection
because
against the
every
language used
single
against
day
the
you can keep quiet
constitutional
because
position
I did not speak
Gaurav,
while
one
you
by
were
one.
spewing venom.
One
You
by
are going
one.
to keep quiet.
One by one.
Constitutional positions
Okay,
should stop
one by
lying.
one. One by
That's
one.
what they have to
My
stop
request
doing.
to both our guests.
People in constitutional positions have to respect their authority
One
and
by
their
one.
chair.
My request to both our guests, once Ms. Srinath completes her point, Mr. Poonawalla, I'll come to you to respond. Ma'am, may I request all our guests to keep the discussion civil on India first. Ma'am, please complete your point.
I'm absolutely keeping it civil. I did not even say a word while he was spewing venom, so it is only fair that he keeps quiet. And if he's so bothered about people in constitutional position, those same people need to exercise some amount of grace and dignity in public life. Hemanta Biswa Sarma, for all his grandeur things, he is going to put a petty little video against the leadership of the Congress party, and he will not be called out. He has subsumed and taken over the role of what a troll in the BJP troll army does. The reality is that for the last 5 days, and 10 seconds is all I want, for the last 5 days, the BJP's official handles are tweeting things on Bharat Jodo Yatra. What are you so rattled by? What is worrying you? Why is the ground shifting beneath your feet?
Okay.
You are first resorting to where is he sleeping, what is he eating, what is he wearing, who is he talking to. Then of course सब कुछ खत्म जब हो जाता है तब ये religion पे आ जाते हैं. Now look at them.
Okay.
Look at how sick their mentality is.
Ma'am, you've
to
made
talk
that
about
point.
This. But
Okay,
I only
Mr.
want
Poonawalla,
to ask in 5 seconds.
Mr.
Gaurav,
Poonawalla,
a question
okay.
to you. A question to you and also to the BJP. When the Prime Minister of this country says खूनी पंजा, जब उन्होंने हमारे सिंबल को खूनी पंजा बुलाया, तो वो कौन सी मोहब्बत, कौन सा प्यार और कांग्रेस का कौन सा सदस्यता
Fair enough.
आंदोलन
Shehzad Poonawalla respond. Congress says that Bharat Jodo Yatra is to free the country from what the Congress says is shackles of hate. Why this reaction? Unless the BJP is actually rattled, unless the BJP actually believes, as Supriya Srinath says, that the ground is shifting beneath your feet. Rahul Gandhi's popularity is rising. He's connecting with the people as part of this yatra. Mr. Poonawalla.
Gaurav, she is absolutely right. जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूरत देखी तिन तैसी, जिनकी पूरी की पूरी हिस्ट्री रही है दंगों की. 1984 का दंगा, नेल्ली का दंगा, जलगांव का दंगा, मुंबई का दंगा, भागलपुर का दंगा, हाशिमपुरा, मीरठ, मलियाना का दंगा, जिसमें 15,000 से ज्यादा लोगों का सर्वनाश किया गया, आग लगाई गई, टायर लगा लगाकर सिखों को नरसंहार किया गया और उनके हत्यारों को बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती हिलती है कहकर उनको जायज ठहराया गया, सज्जन कुमार और जगदीश टाइटलर जैसे लोगों को. तो इनकी भावना जलाने की है, तो ये देखते भी जलाना ही है सब जगह. ये बात तो सुप्रिया श्रीनेत ने सही कही. दूसरी बात, असम के लोगों का जो अपमान सुप्रिया श्रीनेत ने दूर दराज असम कहा और उनके चुने हुए पॉपुलर लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री को 2 रुपए का ट्रोल कहकर, मैं चाहता हूं कि पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट आज इस शो का संज्ञान ले. तीसरी बात, आई वांट टू आस्क सुप्रिया श्रीनेत वन क्वेश्चन. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, if she wants to fight the ideology, first of all, what is this bhavana कि मैं ideology खत्म कर दूंगी? This is the most intolerant and most undemocratic spirit. In a democracy, you allow all ideologies to subsist and exist. But yes, Supriya Srinath is showing that she comes from Dadima's emergency wala mindset, and therefore her idea is that we should finish off all the ideology. And also, if you want to finish off our ideology, in Kerala, so we are nowhere. In UP, we have returned to power again. Why don't you spend a few days in UP? They are spending 18 days in Kerala and 2 days in UP, because this, as the left said, is about seat bachao for Rahul, and more importantly, it is to send out a message that yes, you may kill these RSS workers. And I have a question of Supriya. If they are fighting the ideology, have they ever put a poster like this about SDPI, PFI uniform? They will not, because perhaps they agree with the ideology and the uniform of SDPI, PFI, and therefore they feel that only the nationalists. I'll give you another example. You know, Mr. Rahul Gandhi had a program with in Kerala to visit the freedom fighters, Mr. K. Maman and P. Gopinath. He skipped that program. He had time for the man who abuses Bharat Mata, but those who have fought for freedom. He skipped that program. He went to JNU for Tukde Tukde program, but he skipped the program of freedom fighters. He wants to incite violence against those who are Rashtrawadis. But when it comes to Yaqub and Afzal, in Yaqub's case, their minister in Maharashtra, Aslam Sheikh, supported the clemency for Yaqub. In Afzal Guru's case,
you're
you know
saying
who
there's
are
a
those
pattern.
people who organize the program? They are in their party. You know Digvijay Singh.
Okay.
There is a pattern. Digvijay Singh, the coordinator of this program,
let me get
said
Supriya
2611 was done by RSS, not by Pakistan.
Let me get Supriya Srinath to
And
respond.
please apologize to people of Assam.
Okay, Supriya Srinath, it's not just the BJP, even the left has attacked the Congress saying this is not a Bharat Jodo Yatra, but for the Congress, it's a seat bachao yatra. Would you want to respond to Rahul Gandhi spending 18 days or the yatra spending 18 days in Kerala and just 2 days in Uttar Pradesh?
The fact that the BJP is keeping such a close watch on who he is meeting, what is he skipping, where is he going, I'm loving it. Because the BJP is damn it rattled. They are so rattled they do not know where to look and what to do. पहले टी-शर्ट पे अटक गए, फिर कहाँ सोएंगे उस पे अटक गए, फिर धर्म पे अटके, अब बेचारों को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Good for them. That is what the country needs to see the BJP doing. Because I will point out two things to you, Gaurav. And those two things will make things absolutely crystal clear. An ex-RSS pracharak, he did not say this to me, he did not say this to the media. He has given a sworn affidavit in the court of this land, stating that the BJP has indulged in hate-mongering, dange karate hain, bum phudwate hain, and the political mileage is leveraged by the BJP. The RSS indulges in that. This has been said on a sworn affidavit. What is the action that the government has taken to get to the truth of this matter? Yashwant Shinde is his name. This is what he has said in a court of this land. The second important point. This evening at 5 p.m., warning bells were ringing for the Indian economy. You know what happened? Inflation came in at 7%. Food inflation came in at 7.62%. And factory output dropped from 12.3%, a flash in the pan last month, to 2.3%.
Okay.
12% से गिरकर 2% पे factory output आ गया, महंगाई 5% पे पहुंच गई. मुद्दे वो हैं. The real issues are unemployment and high prices.
Shouldn't that have been on the poster? Shouldn't that have been on the poster instead of a burning khaki shorts? If the conversation should have been on the food inflation and on jobs. But let me get Shehzad Poonawala to respond to the points you've raised, ma'am. Shehzad Poonawala, the Congress,
I can answer it right
you
away.
must when I come back to you, Supriya. But Shehzad, you want to keep the conversation on t-shirts and shorts. Shehzad Poonawala, you want to keep the conversation on t-shirts and shorts and on Roman Catholic
Don't worry about my
preachers.
shouting. Answer the questions.
Okay, and not on inflation and jobs. Congress says because that's your Achilles heel and you want to focus only on burning shots and 41,000 rupee t-shirts as you allege, sir. Respond.
Gaurav, I did not know that on issues like inflation, unemployment, factory output falling, George the hater was the person Rahul Gandhi was seeking guidance from. So if Rahul Gandhi feels that his Bharat Jodo Yatra, which is actually Nafrat Jodo and Tushtikaran Jodo, was about tackling these issues, what was he doing meeting a serial hate-monger who abuses Bharat Mata discussing inflation with George the pastor? I did not know that. Maybe he has more information about inflation than Supriya has. But having said that, Supriya should go and see that for the last 1 year, unemployment is above 20% in Rajasthan. It's 31% in the last month as per CMI data. And if Supriya was unfortunate enough to fill a litre of petrol in Jaipur, she would pay 10 rupees more than what she pays in Noida. Good for Supriya that she stays in Noida or in Uttar Pradesh and not in Jaipur, Rajasthan. But having said that, let me come to the other point. See, they must decide what is their argument. One day they come and say that the BJP is scaring everybody, rattling democracy. The other day they come and say that Rahul Gandhi say rattle ho gaye. Are we rattled or are we rattling? And if you are so rattled by Rahul, then you should make him your president post immediately after this debate. Go and propose and make him. Anyways, it's a process of coronation, not an election as such. And lastly, let me ask her one question. She quoted some person on an affidavit or something. Pranab Mukherjee, I think he was a congressman, visited the RSS event in the headquarters. Mahatma Gandhi visited the RSS Wardha camp. Ambedkarji praised RSS. JP Narayan praised RSS. JP Narayan praised RSS. He said RSS is a revolutionary organization. No one can come close to it. President V.V. Giri, many people have praised the RSS. Is Supriya Shinde now saying that she has dumped all these great people of the country? Let me give you one more example, Gaurav. Gaurav, today we have unveiled the great statue of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. These people hate nationalists so much that Supriya, Rahul and Priyanka have not tweeted one word in praise that yes, today there is a great statue of Netaji overlooking Kartavya Path. They oppose the Statue of Unity also. This is their hatred for nationalists, and therefore, when a man with only India first on his sleeve goes out in Kerala and works against the forces that destroy our country, they want him eliminated, just like the jihadis in Kerala. They will never say this call or this dog whistle for PFI. They will only do it for Rashtravadi Sangathans like RSS.
Okay, Supriya, you want to respond to that? Because BJP says burning khaki shorts is actually a toolkit.
Yeah, I will.
Toolkit as part of an organized campaign to target the RSS, and BJP says there is a pattern. You heard Shehzad Poonawalla say that after 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, senior Congress leader Digvijay Singh launched a book that 26/11 or 26/11 was RSS ki sazish, when there was ample proof that 26/11 was Pakistan state-sponsored terror. So is there a pattern to incite violence against the RSS, ma'am?
26/11 के बाद, ठीक है, I heard your question. I got it. 26/11 के बाद वहां जाकर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके घिनौनी गंदी राजनीति उस समय गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी कर रहे थे, हम नहीं कर रहे थे. I am glad he took two names. I am glad he spoke about the Statue of Unity. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel banned the RSS, and he said in no uncertain terms that the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh is toxic to the unity of this country. The same Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh जिन्होंने ऑर्गेनाइजर में लिखा था ये संविधान हमारा नहीं है, जिन्होंने 52 years, long 52 years, they did not hoist the national flag. He had banned that very RSS. Statue of Unity. Statue of Bose. Here is a picture I have. I hope you can see it, and so can your viewers. Agrani was a newspaper that was run by Nathuram Godse. In 1945, this picture, this cartoon was published in the Agrani. It shows Ravan-like figure with 10 heads and two men, you know, throwing arrows in that direction. You know who are the two men? Shama Prasad Mukherjee and Savarkar. And who are the 10 heads here? Gandhi, Nehru, Patel and even Bose. नरेंद्र मोदी इसके लिए माफी देश से कब मांगेंगे? सवाल यह है कि बोस पर तीर चलाने वाले सावरकर का वो लाल किले की प्राचीर से नाम कैसे लेते हैं? सवाल यह है कि अर्बन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट 9% पे है और यहां पर बैठकर घिनौनी हंसी हंसोगे. अरे कभी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की बात करिए, महंगाई की बात करिए. दूध 35 से 60 कैसे हो गया? आटा 22 से 40 कैसे हो गया? You know, सिंपल ऑयल, सरसों का तेल 90 से 220 कैसे हो गया? उसके बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे.
So
you know
how
what
does
is rattling
putting out
them? In one simple line, I will tell you. What is rattling them is that this country is so fed up. It's so fed up of this one man's Man Ki Baat. They want dialogues. They want samvad, which is why they are coming in big numbers. And let me also answer a question that you had put forward. The caption of what we said, to free the country from the shackles of hate and undo the damage done by the BJP and RSS.
But that's the point that Shehzad Poonawalla raised, that to free the country from shackles of hate, he met a Roman Catholic preacher who preached hate, is the point that Shehzad Poonawalla makes, ma'am. But Shehzad Poonawalla respond to the point that Yashwant Shinde, RSS, former RSS worker, spoke of alleged role in violence that benefits the BJP. Respond to that. Why no action, sir? Respond, Shehzad Poonawalla.
Can I?
Go on, sir.
Completely blank on that. They can't respond. They've done it.
In the din, you know, Gaurav, the least the Congress people can do after insulting the Northeast is to show some discipline and courtesy on a debate. I know it's hard for Congress people given their antics, but can I please have a lesser noise and more sense from the Congress panelists? Thank you, Gaurav. Now, Gaurav, let me answer a few questions that the noisy opposition leader made.
Of life?
First of all, as far as Godse is...
One by one.
No, I didn't lose my chain of thoughts, but the fact is that if you were this bad as a panelist, I wonder how bad you are as an anchor.
Okay, hold.
It was
Uncalled for,
better
sir.
you to become a
Uncalled
panelist
for.
than to be an
Okay,
anchor.
okay.
Now let
Uncalled
me-
for, sir.
yeah.
Respond on
Desperate to
merits.
come on my
Hold,
show.
hold.
I
You
know
are
that I give it
desperately
as good
hanging
as I
around
get
in
it.
the vicinity of Times
I
Now.
get
and
Hold,
the Lullaby
hold,
Day
hold,
of the
hold, 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 hold.
Gaurav,
On
I was
merits,
hanging
on
around.
merits, on merits,
Now,
on
Supriya,
merits.
it's too late for this.
Yes, Mr. Poonawalla, please complete your point, sir.
Gaurav, if I may return to the debate. Yes,
It's too
thank you.
late and cheap of you to
Okay,
do what you are
hold.
doing.
Gaurav,
Only
those
Shehzad
who go
Poonawalla,
around-
please. Go on, sir.
Gaurav, somebody mentioned Godse. It would be good for that person to note that Godse ka sabse bada bhakt Babulal Chaurasia has been taken into the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh after Sonia Gandhi personally said that I like this person who built a mandir of Godse. Please take him in the party. And if that is wrong,
Okay, both
please tell me
Supriya
if
and
Babulal
Shehzad on air,
Chaurasia is
please.
in the Congress or not in the Congress. Secondly, she spoke about, Secondly, she spoke about Savarkarji and Savarkarji's depiction. No less than the great Prime Minister from their end, Indira Gandhi ji praised Savarkar as one of the finest patriots, and she unveiled the postage stamp and gave 11,000 rupees for his fund. So is Indira Gandhi wrong? Has Supriya Shrinate today dumped Indira Gandhi into the dustbins of history and her views on Savarkar into the dustbins of history, just like she has dumped Pranab Mukherjee's views, just like she has dumped the views of J.P. Narayan, President V.V. Giri and others who have praised the RSS? But that is capable of Supriya Shrinate because she only believes in Rahul Gandhi. She does not even believe in Indira Gandhi anymore. Thirdly, she spoke about the tricolor. Gaurav, I want to take two names. For the tricolor, Devipad Chaudhary and Jagatpati Kumar on 11th of August 1942 sacrificed their lives to unfurl that flag in the Patna Secretariat. I asked Supriya Shrinate, I have told you about my Sangh Parivar, two people who gave up their lives. Now you tell me about your Antonia Maino Parivar, how many people gave up their lives for the tricolor? इतना पेट्रियोटिज्म का और फ्रीडम का पूरा सर्टिफिकेट लेकर घूमते हैं ना आप. गिव मी टू नेम्स फ्रॉम योर फर्स्ट फैमिली that sacrificed their life. Don't tell me post-independence, this one died, that one died. Tell me two people from the Maino family, because your president is Sonia Antonia Maino today. Please tell me two members from her family who sacrificed their lives for India's
Last
tricolor.
30 seconds, I've run out of time, but since you've asked her the question, ma'am, 30 seconds, please respond.
In 30 seconds, I will only say this man needs medical help. He needs to be free of the hatred. इसको भारत जोड़ो की यात्रा ज्वाइन कराइए. इसका आना भारत जोड़ो में जरूरी है.
Clearly, this issue, the burning khaki shorts, is leading to really,
तुम्हारा भी इलाज कराएंगे.
really,
भारत जोड़ो में प्रेम से बात करते हैं, वहां पर आओ, वहां पर ज्वाइन.
a lot of prem is reflecting even on television right now. Supriya Shrinate and Shehzad Poonawalla for joining me here on India Today. Many thanks. Many thanks.